Wii Music is a rather neglected game in the Wii series of games, but is it really that awful in comparison to its brother titles? Yes it is. From the lackluster tracklist to the weird instrument library, the game just failed at providing a compelling music experience, acting more like a virtual sandbox than a legitimate rhythm game. Today, I'm going to be looking back at Wii Music and explaining the core gameplay flaws and why it's so inferior and hated in comparison to other games in the Wii series lineup. If you guys are cool with that, then let's get started. Wii Music was released in North America on October 20th, 2008. But to understand where the backlash originates from, we need to go back to July 15th, 2008, where Wii Music was originally introduced on stage in an awkward fashion. The E3 demonstration for the game made it look like a joke. In comparison to the actual gameplay though, the demo got it spot on, which is a bad thing. When you first boot into the full game, you're greeted by Sebastian Toot and all the Toot minions, which, if they have names, I don't know them. Anyway, you have to go through a tutorial that just yaps and yaps and makes you play various instruments for like 10 minutes, make a music video for Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, rate the video, make a jacket for the video, watch the music notes fall onto the disc, seal it up, and once you think you can play the game, more instructions. It's really tedious. Once you finally get to the main menu, you can either jam, take lessons, watch videos, or play games. If you have a balance board, you can move over to the nicer looking menu and play the drums using it. But first, let's check out the main side of the game. First up is the jam menu. In this mode, you can either perform music on a stage with the minions or test out every instrument in the game. To be straight up, some of these instruments are just ridiculous. For example, the cheerleader. That alone should sum up all the horrible instruments in this game, but I'll list the others anyway, with them being the dog suit, the cat suit, and the karate black belt. The other instruments are fine, I guess, but to me, most of it felt like different versions of the same instrument. Going back to the jam sessions, the whole system just seems disorganized. Once you get everything ready, you have the option to toggle on or off the visual guide for the song that you're playing, which I'll give it points for allowing freestyle, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to me why you would want to just assume when to play your notes of the song. After the session, you can decide to keep the video and do all the things you've done before in the music video portion of the tutorial. The reason I bring this up is to emphasize the pointlessness of the points system. I don't know who would ever rank their own video under 100 points, which potentially means if you knew your performance was trash, you could still rate it 100 points. To me, there's no feeling of achievement if I just rate my own video. It's not good. Speaking of videos, we have the videos mode. I'm going to keep this section brief because there's seriously nothing to really talk about. In this mode, you can rewatch and even re-rate the videos you made in the past. If you go in this mode without making any videos, you'll see some anyway and rate those 0 points because the points don't mean literally anything. But yeah, that's all you can really do in this mode. Then there was the lessons mode. If you love the tutorial, then you're going to absolutely love this mode. This mode serves as the game's interactive tutorial mode. It teaches you how to improve your performance in a variety of different music genres while performing using instruments fitting to the genre. In order to pass each stage in each genre, you have to hear a speech by Sebastian explaining what that part of the song does, then perform the song. The first time you do it, you're like, alright, that was cool, what's next? Then you repeat the process 6 times, and 15 minutes later you're like, that was so boring, why did I just do that? There's also a Jam Basics and Jam Mastery portion of the game, but I got so bored by the Jam Basics that I never cared to even attempt Jam Mastery. And this is the majority and main part of the game, by the way, to master your way through every musical genre and create music videos. But the whole process just feels so tedious that if you decide not to do it, it makes the game feel like you've done everything else in an hour. Next up, there's the games mode. The minigames include Me Maestro, Handbell Harmony, and Pitch Perfect. Unfortunately, you're only limited to 5 songs out of the 50 that you can play in Me Maestro and Handbell Harmony, which really hurts the replayability for each mode. In Me Maestro, you conduct your own orchestra. However, unlike the jam mode, you can't just screw around and give yourself 100. You have to actually try to get a good score, which is one of the good things about this game. Handbell Harmony is so underrated, and it's a shame that it's overlooked by the rest of Wii Music's flaws. In this mode, you perform a concert using handbells, and it functions very similarly to a traditional rhythm game. Pitch Perfect is a guess and check game where you have to answer a series of questions using the Mii's playing instruments. This mode is so painfully easy up until the last question, where you have to move each Mii into its correct spot to recreate the same sample as the one played in the speaker. It's easy enough, but the tempo is so slow that you'll be wasting a bunch of time over waiting for the recreation sample to finish playing. Last and certainly least, as we move over to the balance board side, we have both the drumming modes. Drum lessons are just the same thing as normal lessons, but you have a close-up view of the drums, and rather than being in a random field, you're on stage at a nightclub. So we're not going to be talking about it because I'd just be repeating what I said earlier. The custom jam thing functions similarly as well, but you aren't allowed to pick stages or customize anything at all. You're just playing freestyle. I know I didn't say much about this mode, but that kind of sums it up. Wii Music's greatest legacy wasn't teaching people how to play music. Its public response taught Nintendo that motion controls and accessibility alone couldn't carry a game. Players still needed a reason to come back, and that's a lesson they never forgot. I'll give the game credit for its creativity because it tried abandoning normal rhythm game qualities to make it easier and hopefully more enjoyed by a wider audience. Unfortunately for Wii Music, even the wider audience was struggling to see why this game was even made. The reason this game is so inferior to its other titles is because it just didn't have a clear goal. The majority of the titles in the Wii series function like this. You play a game, and once you finish the game, it'll tell you if you got a good score or a bad score. And if you won, you could unlock more stuff. However, Wii Music has the point system that I truly believe stuck the nail in the coffin for this game and sealed its fate. Do you think Wii Music is as awful as I described it in this video? Or is the hate undeserved? Let me know in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.